Is that enough? Is that enough?
Q-School is stressful. Q-School is exciting. Q-School is
a grind.
It's nerve-wracking.
It's everything in this game. Nobody can get to where they want to go without Q-School.
So Q-School would start off, you start off at
pre-qualifying. Basically, if you've never done it before, you have to start there.
Luckily, I had an exemption that got me through.
You advance to first stage.
And I think it was 80 players there. I had to get top 20 out of 80 to get through there.
And then once you advance from there, you go to second stage, and that was top 15 in ties. And then you make it here.
Top 5 in ties, get to play the PGA Tour next year.
You got to finish top 40 to get Korn Ferry.
25th in ties gets 12 starts, and then down to 40 in ties gets 8 starts. And then I guess everybody here gets conditional membership on Korn Ferry and then America's status for next year.
Q-School is just so stressful for so many reasons because it's a whole year before you can do it again. It's not like you miss it second and you're like, oh, it's okay, there's always next week. There's not next week. And so when you have that, it feels like a monumental failure not getting through a stage of Q-School.
Yeah, this is my first time at Q-School.
second Q-School.
4th trip.
6th trip to Q-School.
This is my 8th trip to Q-School. I've had to go to first stage every year of my career, except for this year, fortunately. Last year, I missed it second stage by a lot. Like, I had a really bad first day, and I missed it second stage by a lot. I was like, am I good enough? Like, I've been working so hard, I feel like I've been training the right direction, and then I just come to second stage and I play terrible. I was able to finish top 10 on PGA TOUR Americas, and that's how I got to final stage by skipping through first and second this year. In 2023, I didn't have status anywhere, so I was just playing Monday qualifiers, any mini tour event that I could play, but not having status is awful. It really is. There's a lot of intrusive thoughts, especially there's a lot of good players here who played really well. Can I even compete with them anymore? Do I deserve to be on the Korn Ferry Tour? To me, I always felt like I was good enough to be out on the Korn Ferry Tour, even though I wasn't there. I always played golf growing up with my dad. He worked in the golf industry, ever since I, was born. I grew up around him in golf. The biggest thing that he always said to me growing up was enjoy the journey. And that was one of the things that stuck with me a lot over the years, especially more recently when this became a job. My dad got diagnosed with cancer last September. This year's been really tough to see him go through that. It was very difficult for me to be away from him and to play tournaments. But one thing that was great about that experience was just seeing how he handled it. He always had that positive attitude that he had, told me about when I was growing up. He was always picking up the phone and checking on me and making sure I was okay. And I'm like, what are you calling me for? Like, I'm making sure you're okay. And so he never really wavered, obviously, even when it was the most difficult. Went into PGA Tour America's Tour Championship at 60th on the points list, and knowing that that doesn't really get you anything, gets you, status on that tour again next year. But the real goal is finishing top 10, and in that situation, the only way that I would have gotten there is to win the tournament, which I was fortunate enough to do.
He needed a win this week, and what do you know? He did it. Will Cannon.
My dad, oh man, he was over the moon. That was one of the things that was always on my mind is, I didn't know how long we had with him, but I wanted him to be there for those successes because he was there for me every step of the way. We just got on the phone, and I think we were both speechless for a solid 20 minutes, and we were like, did that just happen? But he was really excited, and then to be able to get home and show him the Korn Ferry card and all that stuff, that's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. My goal this week is to finish top 5 and get my PGA Tour card. I felt like I had the potential to be on the PGA Tour and have a career on the PGA Tour. Even though he's not physically here anymore, for him that would be really special.
This week we're playing at TPC Dyes Valley and Sawgrass Country Club. They used to have the Players Championship over there before it moved over here to TPC Sawgrass. There's a lot of history over there. I know Jack Nicklaus won there and Lee Trevino. I've played here so many times. You play in all sorts of wind directions. You've played in all sorts of different temperatures, when it's firm, when it's soft. We'll get definitely a really chilly morning of Thursday to start the week.
Both courses are awesome tests of golf. You got to be really precise.
Off the tee, it can be pretty challenging, especially, like, as I said, when it's very windy. 16, 17, and 18 are great holes to finish. So I think this is a great hole. The way it's playing, it would be more like try to walk away at least with the par to give myself a chance on 18. One putt for the PGA Tour. Oh. It's gonna put your nerves into test, definitely coming towards the last holes if you have to make a few pars or having to make a birdie.
Definitely.
I think Sawgrass Country Club might be a little harder. The Valley course, I think, if you're driving it well, I think there's room to get on a hot streak out there, but still a really difficult golf course. It feels like a PGA Tour event almost, and I can certainly get used to this. My name is Bryce Lewis. Just graduated from the University of Tennessee. I was exempt in the second stage through the PGA Tour University, which was a great opportunity for me to kind of just get to second stage, and ended up getting through by 2 shots and found myself here this week at TPC Sawgrass.
Oh, it's sweaty. Oh, so sweaty, bro. We're going to Jacksonville next week. Let's go. And you on that bag? I get it, baby.
I mean, golf is so hard mentally that you just have to, like, put the results away, believe in yourself, and, like, I know it's really hard. The chances of really anybody making it, like, for a long period of time on the PGA Tour is, like, pretty slim. It's not the end of the world if I don't make it on the PGA Tour. Like, there's way more to life, because I used to be so emotionally attached to results. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, and it may not be talked about enough. At the end of the day, it's just a sport, so. But I'm lucky to do it for a living. Yeah, I was in a pretty bad car accident a few months ago, and that will change your perspective a little bit. That the fact that somebody told me that I'm lucky to be alive is pretty, you know, it's pretty crazy to like just enjoy the little things. And to be honest, it took some pressure off of me last week. Started hydroplaned, hit a puddle, hydroplaned on the interstate, smacked the guardrail, came back, semi hit me, going like full speed, and kind of blacked out, and then ended up in a ditch. And I stepped out and like saw my car, and that's when I like freaked out, because it was really bad. Like the whole back end of my car was like gone. You know, went to the hospital and nothing was wrong with me. When I got into the ambulance, the lady was like, "I thought y'all were dead," when I pulled up on the spot, for sure. And that's when I kind of like lost it a little bit. And it was pretty, yeah, that was pretty emotional for me. But yeah, that was, when she said that, I was like, dang. Like, she sees that stuff all the time. And so when she said that, she thought that we weren't there, I was like, wow, that's pretty wild. I never really like tell my dad I love him. And I was like, I called him and told him, I told him I loved him like 5 times. And he's like, you told me that you loved me more than like you've ever said in your life. And I was like, yeah, it was like a pretty scary moment. It's kind of funny, I'm like enjoying like if I ever have a bad day, it's like, at least I'm having a bad day. Like, I don't know, it's better than not having a day at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first round of the PGA Tour Q-School presented by Korn Ferry.
Middle of December, stressful for plenty of people around the world, especially if you're trying to get a PGA Tour card at PGA Tour Q-School, presented by Korn Ferry. Fun to watch for us around a couple of golf courses here in Jacksonville, Florida. We've had winds gusting some 30, 40 miles per hour, and these golf courses not easy to play in those types of conditions. Top 5 and ties will be headed to the big show come January.
So everyone's got something to play for.
Obviously, everyone is vying for the PGA Tour, but it's the next 40 after that top 5 end ties will gain guaranteed starts on the Korn Ferry Tour. You will get 8 starts at the start of the season or 12 based on where you finish inside that top 40 end ties. The next top 25 end ties will get the 12 starts. 40 end ties after that will get the 8 starts, which is so important to have guaranteed. And all remaining starts and players will receive status on PGA Tour Americas. I can promise you nobody's played more golf than Shaun over the last couple of months. Even your best buddy that plays 5 days a week that doesn't have a job, Shaun's playing more golf than that dude is. This dude's played all over the place and has an opportunity, the rare opportunity, to get both DP World Tour status and PGA Tour status. Yeah, Shane, he's literally flown around the world.
So it all started with 2 mini tour events to prep for first stage at Bear Creek of this PGA Q-School. I advanced, played pretty well. The next day, I flew out to Spain to play second stage of DP World Q-School. I lost in a playoff. I was first alternate. I flew to Barcelona. I got the call, I was in. Played 6 rounds at final stage over 7 days. I ended up making it through. Got a full card out there. I flew back home, not realizing that literally the 2025 DP World season started the week after. And I flew to Australia, 15 hours, whatever it was. Made the cut out there, flew to Melbourne, played the second event. I missed the cut by 1 out there. I 100%, if I made that cut, I was gonna WD from second stage Q School. I missed the cut by 1. And all of a sudden I was like, I guess I should play, because I was like, there is 5 PGA Tour cards. And I'm glad to be here, but it's been so much golf at the same time. This is like a dream start. Can't really ask for anything more.
Yeah, the course record.
Was this course record or what was that?
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, today's course record.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Not only did he smash the course record with 9 under par, he beat the scoring average by 10.5 shots in that opening round. Just very impressive. It has been tough in terms of conditions. The first 2 rounds, players starting to understand how tough the golf course is playing. But I mean, there's a lot of water out there. Winds gusting some 30, 40 miles per hour through Thursday and Friday. And these golf courses, not easy to play in those types of conditions.
Yesterday, I had 2 pairs of pants on. It was still cold.
I don't know the last time I've played golf at this level wearing 2 to 3 layers and still being cold. I mean, I could barely turn yesterday. It was so cold.
Players starting to understand how tough the golf course is playing. But I mean, there's a lot of water out there. It's a place where you don't want the wind to blow. I mean, I'm hearing from members around Sawgrass Country Club, they never see it play this difficult the way we saw it play in that second round. Walking that one in, excellent birdie there. And Shaun, pretty crazy story of this 36-year-old from South Korea. 12th attempt at Q-School, second time in 12 attempts. He's gotten through first stage, first time we've seen Jin make it to final stage. Did an interview after his round. He goes,
never done this before.
Oh, really? Nice. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm a teaching pro, but I've been teaching and trying to play kind of at the same time. So my wife and my family, my friends, they're all praying for me.
How long have you been married?
3 years, yeah. But you mentioning marriage, it just made me, I don't know, just thinking about my wife, she's been really supportive, so it just makes me cry. She always encourages me. I mean, even she was so happy that I'm here, but at the same time, she always tells me, I'm praying, we're praying, don't worry about it, just go play golf.
My whole goal in the offseason is I want to earn my PGA Tour card, and that's kind of my expectation and goal going into this week. But knowing that I kind of have a full season ahead of me next year makes it a lot easier knowing there's a couple different paths. Just growing up in Houston, we've kind of always had a little bit of wind. I feel like I play pretty well in the wind too, and just tough conditions. We played a lot of tough amateur events too in some wind, so I like it. It suits me well. I'm a good ball striker and can kind of flight some shots and get creative with it.
Matthew Riedel, only player in the field, James, to post 2 rounds in the 60s to start. Incredible.
Hopefully, you can go out and string a few good rounds and celebrate at the end.
It is fun to watch Docherty go about his business after what happened in Korn Ferry Tour Finals.
I hate even thinking about it.
Campbell makes, Goodwin's in. Campbell misses. It's Docherty headed to the PGA Tour. Rattles it in the back. And with that save, Docherty, who shot 68 out, Goodwin in.
I just truly believe that things happen for a reason and timing is everything. And if it's going to happen this week, it's going to happen this week. Putter's been feeling good. For the most part, I've kept it in front of me. I had a couple squirrely drives, but that's going to happen in the wind.
Alistair Docherty, who came so close, shot 4 under par in those tough conditions.
It's just another golf tournament. Hand warmer. It's nice. Stay warm. I like to hit wedges to kind of cool down, maybe 10 minutes, just to keep the numbers in the head and stay loose. Just a lot of half wedges, flighted wedges, especially when it's this windy. I go through what I feel like my numbers were out there, or if there was a certain number that I didn't hit or a shot that I didn't hit well, I'll practice it for a little bit, but I just confirm my feels with the actual distance that the club's doing. This thing's getting extra hot in my pocket. I was like, oh my gosh, my leg's on fire. If there is daylight, I will do this every time. It's just...
That's not true. Sometimes I'll do it dark.
You're very right. Just about every round. We'll get the pins before late tonight, probably. Kind of take a look, make sure we have the same game plan. Just go out and do your job. Last night we watched I don't even know if we made it to halftime of the football game.
No, I didn't. I left at the first quarter. I went to bed.
It was lights out by 9:30. And that's late sometimes. See you guys tomorrow.
Well, this is fun, isn't it? This is why we watch. This is why we care. Playing for your livelihood, for a career, for a card on this Saturday. It's stressful and it's fun. In this 2024 edition, every day has been a little bit different, which is so tough for these players to have to try to figure out.
Yesterday, scoring average out here at Sawgrass Country Club, 5 shots over par, no one shot under.
Matthew Riedel finishing up his collegiate journey out of Vanderbilt.
He's exempt on the Korn Ferry Tour next year through what he's done this year, so it's either PGA Tour card or bust.
I would say, like, golf-wise and stuff, I wasn't ever like one of the best kind of players at my age level, and I think that was just one of the core qualities that kind of got me at least to where I am now, is just keep grinding and do what you can every day to kind of be the best version of yourself and see where that puts you in 10 years down the road.
I think he low-key has a pretty big chip on his shoulder. Like, he's been at Vanderbilt for a while, and they've had a lot of good players there, and he's been a part of all those teams, and he's not really had the notoriety that some of the other guys have. He definitely knows that, and I think that definitely motivates him.
So I'm probably maybe pulling a little more drivers than most guys. I played with Gordon Sargent all college, so it always feels shorter than maybe it actually is. Now, I've always kind of had a saying that's always helped me is water finds its level. So I've always believed myself. I've always felt I'm a good player, just as good as those guys. I mean, they maybe had a little bit more success kind of early on. And I mean, we're all good buddies. We're all good golfers. So it's always just fun to kind of have that competitive nature in. And, you know, wherever my place will be, it'll be. All I can do is kind of control the next steps.
What a shot. Kid is dialed.
Trying to get into those PGA Tour starts.
Excellent 3 for Riedel. You talk about these conditions, it's bunched this leaderboard up. You go back to +2, +3. You've got some 30, 40 guys currently, if you will, in the hunt for that PGA Tour card.
I didn't want to see it play as difficult as it did in round 1 and 2, so it still gives a lot of the players an opportunity to get back in the mix on this Saturday.
Here's John Greco at the 18th. The stories are plentiful this week, including John Greco. Is he the coolest person to golf right now?
New favorite player to watch.
I mean, the flow, incredible. The stash, incredible. I think he had kind of a bear tattoo on his arm, looked pretty cool, and a great round of golf. Got a Stanley out there with him?
Greco currently -2 for the tournament.
My parents worked really hard to provide for us. Golf is like such a level above in terms of cost, but I remember biking to the range, so I would like bungee cord, like 3 clubs, like driver, 7-iron, wedge to the bike, and then like bike to the range. There was this local tournament that I played good in a couple of times, but I usually got waxed by Justin Suh because he was actually good at golf. He was so good. He is so good.
For a rare birdie at 18 and a round of 67. What a finish. Excellent stuff.
Congratulations on your engagement with your fiancée, Carrie.
Yep, shout out to Carrie. Love you.
He's giving his fiancée a shout out after a great round of golf. Alistair been incredible around the greens this week, 4th in the field and scrambling. There you go, and just make it.
There we go.
Oh, I guess it is holeable.
Could have had 5 feet coming back, and look at the exhale.
Docherty now a chance to tie for the lead. What a gamer. Alistair Docherty showing up and wants the ball. Takumi Kanaya. He's just so talented. Highest ranked player in the field this week. Oh, come on. That's not nice.
I don't hear sirens because that is highway robbery.
Now Kanaya, this thing was what, 2 yards away from being really good?
The golf gods reward Kanaya here after a 360 lip out at the previous hole. You just send one straight in the middle of the hole from the bunker.
He is so talented, the upside, the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. Exquisite up and in at 17, gonna have a chance to save par here at 18 as well.
Yeah, this would go a long way into setting up his final round.
What a par. 1 round away from a PGA Tour card. Riedel, a long ways down there.
This from 151 looks like he is taking dead aim.
That is unbelievable. A chance for another birdie. Huge tee shot, excellent approach. Oh my, still incredibly impressive. That is 3 rounds now, James, all in the 60s in these conditions.
Well, he's back 9. He probably left 3 or 4 shots out there. He's had some short-range putts miss.
Not a lot of miscues on this back 9 for Docherty. Now Docherty has been lethal with the wedges today.
Now he's putting back up the entire way into the green. Should be moving a little bit from his right to left. That went right the entire way.
Great 4, a great round of golf. Alistair Docherty's going to be in that final grouping. Matthew Riedel and Takumi Kanaya, those 3 will round out the final threesome on Sunday around Dyes Valley. But everybody done on this Saturday. A lot of these players, first couple pages of leaderboard, you're talking most stressful 18 holes of their lives.
I mean, it's what everybody's been working for. I just want to be on the PGA Tour.
It's not something you look forward to. It's going to be tough sleeping arrangements for a lot of these guys, especially Docherty at the top and Riedel, but fantastic golf today in better conditions.
Well, it all comes down to this. PGA Tour Q-School presented by Korn Ferry. 3 rounds down, 1 round to go. Calm and cooler Sunday in the Jacksonville, Florida area.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final round of the 2024 PGA Tour Q-School presented by Korn Ferry.
Focus on Dyes Valley on this Sunday. Focus on top 5 and ties as we get closer and closer to awarding more of the PGA Tour cards for 2025. Docherty, who has just been so solid, 54 holes in, struggling in this final round, but just takes one special shot for Docherty. I know he'd love to pitch this in for par. Got to avoid the big numbers. And for the 26-year-old out of Japan, his resume already very polished to this point. 7 career wins on the Japan Golf Tour. Very complete player, a lot of tools. You see a couple bogeys already on the day. Back at 8, really big putt. And that is going to be another dropped shot. 4 over on the day. Knock this in, keep the vibes rolling. Oh.
I mean, it was apparent from the start that it was going to be 5 hours of just a complete grind, and I just wanted it to end, hopefully with a happy ending.
And similar miss left here at 10.
All three of these guys looked comfortable yesterday. Today, just a little bit on edge.
There's so much pressure on this week, you know, like.
Is that enough? Is that enough?
Coming out of high school, I would ask my coaches, hey, do you think I could be on the PGA Tour? Do you think I can be a pro golfer? Do you think I can be in Korn? They said, no, you've got no chance. I'll never forget it. You know, it's like, I just kind of said, like, I'll show you.
Oh, this week. It's over now. I can't wait to get home. Oh.
I mean, I've been to finals 4 times in the last 5 years, and I haven't gotten my card, so there's a lot of things going through my mind. I mean, today, hopefully, it's a career-changing day. So,
for Jin Chung, you just talk about opportunity, looking for a chance.
And for a guy that has never had status on the Korn Ferry Tour, that's guaranteed at worst 12 starts.
I never had a status on any official tours. PGA Tour would have been great, but I'm just so grateful for it to be exempt for the Korn Ferry Tour. And my wife, my family, my coach, my friends, they all been just like, you can do it. And I just had a lot of energy. This is what I wanted, but I wasn't sure if I could. Yeah, get to this point. Sorry. Yeah, it's awesome. I give all the glory to God. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. Yeah.
I still feel good about my game and excited where I'm going, and we'll have some sort of Korn Ferry status going forward, so excited for that for sure. Every shot counts out here, and yeah, it's a tough week. Nerves are real out here. You're fighting for your job, and but yeah, you got to grind every shot out.
I just felt like, no matter what happened, if I put together a good round of golf, crazier things have happened. A couple things have gone differently, who knows, but I'm very happy with the way I played today and the way I was able to finish the tournament. After that putt went in, I just felt a lot of my dad in that hug too, so it was a really cool way to finish the tournament.
And we have seen some incredible play, none better than Lanto Griffin. What a 9 holes of golf.
Last year, Will Chandler on the Korn Ferry Tour, Monday qualified 5 times and turned 0 status into Korn Ferry Tour conditional status. He had a second on the Korn Ferry Tour through a Monday qualifier as well. Just a really cool story. And a year ago, you effectively had nowhere to play and you could be on the PGA Tour.
I mean, 5 Monday qualifiers is just banana land. Chandler, long look for eagle. This one is quick around the hole. How good is this speed? How good is this putt? What a putt from Chandler for eagle. And look at the run on the back for Will, playing his way into that top 5, playing his way to the PGA Tour. Back to the drama of this final grouping.
And I am still baffled with this hole being downwind in a par 5, being outside the number, that he did not give himself an opportunity to go for this green in 2.
Oh, answer the question. That's why you lay up. What a shot. And Friedel now inside the number at 4 under par with 2 holes left to play. No. Likely finds the penalty area. Docherty now, got to finish birdie.
Just on a launch pad here on the right side of the fairway. Right at it if the number's right.
It is. What a shot. Still a chance. Has not made a birdie in this final round, but he has not been deterred. That is a great golf shot. This has got to go. Had to and got it, and Docherty still with life. Riedel, that is such a great break. See what he can do with it. Oh my goodness, hit the flagstick? That is some four for Riedel. Now, the shoulders of Docherty. This opportunity now is all Alistair.
High, just left of it.
Smoked it. That is adrenaline there. Kanaya.
Great touch, very aggressive. That should be good enough for Kanaya to snag one of those top 5 spots.
I think this guy is going to do big things. Excellent golf all week long. You can see the emotion starting to pour over. Matthew Riedel up and down, and he's headed to the PGA Tour.
Pretty straightforward chip, minus the circumstances. Played this pretty nicely too. Give it a go.
Now it all comes down to this club in his hand that's been a little shaky.
One putt away, the one you think about when you're 5 and you're 8 and you're 10 and you're 15 years old. One stroke away to the PGA Tour. And he got it, just catches the left side. Ooh, those were a stressful last 35 minutes for Riedel, but he is in. Docherty, who has just been so solid.
Ooh, this is pretty good.
That is really good. Landed kind of dead for Docherty. And again, in 2024, looks like Alistair's gonna come up a single shot short.
He gave it his all. Really played great this back 9, but it's just heartbreaking.
Back here at the 18th, Hayden Buckley, just 2 putts away. Only gonna need one, right in the middle, Hayden Buckley. Putter got hot late when he needed it. It's Alejandro Tosti's played his way back to the PGA Tour. 65-66 on the weekend, thank you very much. And what a finish for Will Chandler.
Thank you.
Shoots 30 on the way in to earn his PGA Tour card.
Good luck, John. So glad I cut that flight down, dude. Thanks for coming.
Lanto Griffins, 29 on the way out, 63 to land as medalist in the 2024 edition of the PGA Tour Q-School. Now 36 years old, and he is playing his way back to the show.
You see these young kids that hit it so far, and they're healthy, and they're single, they don't have families. I want to experience this with my family now, with my baby, and it's you just don't want it to end. It's like being at a really good concert. You just want there to be a couple more songs, and that's kind of what I felt this week.
From Rosario, Argentina, Alejandro Tosti. 6 months after finishing his college career, Matthew Riedel. From Atlanta, Georgia, Will Chandler. From Tokyo, Takumi Kanaya. University of Missouri alum, Hayden Buckley. And we will close with a 36-year-old PGA Tour winner, Lanto Griffin.
It's weird to think about. I always kind of, hoped this was a little bit of a shot short of 5, but play good every day. But I worked out.
Congratulations, that was so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You earned it, man. We're going to be down there, so you got to play some more golf. I got to see this game up close.
Okay. I'm still scrolling, and it's still 202. So, sorry if I don't get back to you. I think I've heard from my coach. My family's here, part of them. David Thompson, he's just texted me, so PGA Tour player. Go Dogs, baby. It's a tough job, professional golf, and you have to have tremendous resilience and toughness, so whatever you have to do, go do it. You know, if you got to go across the country, do it Monday, go do it. Don't whine about it.
Welcome to the PGA Tour.
One more big mama hug.
Okay.
Limbaugh? What's up, Bird Dog?
Buddy, we are so pumped.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach. Can't believe it.
Give him a boom or something, Bird Dog.
Come on, Bird Dog. One of my notes I wrote in my yardage book was I wanted to face adversity kind of with my head up and chest up, and I kind of knew it was going to come today. That's a moment I'll never forget.
It's where he belongs. Just bottom line.
Excited for 2025 and what is to come. So many players played their way to the PGA Tour. Also some players that had great finishes to get to the Korn Ferry Tour. But Q-School, unlike anything in sport.
What's his name? Is
it Will?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
Hey,
Will.
Will.
That's right. Yeah. We got one. Put the beer down, man. Come on, you're an athlete. We don't drink beer on tour. No, I'm just kidding. We drink to go.
Toasty.
I'm not sure.
He's gone. He's watching football.
Just heads up, anybody want to change diapers, you can come over tonight. I love beer.